Hey ACU family, this is Ray Fernandez from the Poconos. This video post for our first week, second discussion question in regards to a non-Christian interview. Just to repeat the question in the interview, the question is, who do you say that I am? And in this interview, we are supposed to ask a non-Christian, who is Jesus Christ? Was he a human being? Was he God? Was he killed? And then share a little background of the person you interview and explain how they responded to the questions you ask. So I'm interviewing a buddy of mine who's an X-ray tech. His name is Ryan Bellis. I've known him for 10 years. He's been with me, even though he's a non-believer. He's been with me through thick and thin, through the most difficult times of my life, especially through my divorce. He was there, again, giving worldly advice, but nonetheless, he was there. I remember when he got married, I told him, even though my marriage did not work out, but I still believe in marriage. Marriage is God's idea. It's not our idea. It's God's idea, and it's going to be good for you. And he laughed because he knew that my marriage did not work. Nonetheless, again, it wasn't God's fault that my marriage didn't work. So yeah, he did get married a couple years ago. So again, I've known him. He's been like a little brother to me. We've been through so many things. We've done mud runs, which are horrendous. And again, through it all, I got him into watching The Walking Dead. All the Marvel movies, all that guy stuff. He definitely a little brother. So when I asked him this question via text, he said, "Are you serious?" And he put up smiling emojis. Actually, he said, "Really?" In other words, really? Do you want me to answer these questions? And I text him back. Says, "Yes, since you're a non-Christian." Look at what he answered. This is what he says about Jesus. This is what he thinks about Jesus. He says he was a Jewish man who preached his faith to others. And again, Bellis has a Jewish background. So he's part Jewish. So he says. So he goes on to text and says, he was a Jewish man who preached his faith to others. He was 100% a human being as he was killed. He was not God. So he assumed that because Jesus was killed, he was human and not God, because no deity can be killed. He was killed, and the reason why he was killed, he says, he was killed because he had different beliefs than others. And people don't like to be told different than what they know or believe. So Jesus Christ was killed because he had different opinions, and people don't like different things. And he also says, and he was not raised from the dead unless he was dug up by some weirdo trying to grave rob or be a grave robber. That being said, as you see, many unbelievers do not understand that Jesus was not buried per se, and no one dug him up. He was in a tomb, and he did resurrect. But the reasons why he was killed is always that he believed in other things. But the fact that Christ was killed because he claimed to be God, that's why he was killed. And that speaks volumes about what Jesus Christ spoke. And again, he says he was just a man, but we know he was more than a man. And again, they're ignorant. They don't know that after Jesus Christ resurrected, not only did he appear to two on the way to Emmaus, he appeared to his disciples, and then before he went to heaven, I believe he appeared to 500 or 600 people, according to what Paul says. So there were many signs of Jesus Christ after he resurrected. Even when Thomas saw him, he told Thomas, "No, touch me, touch my wounds." Can you touch a ghost? I mean, I'm paraphrasing. And also in John, he did a little barbecue for the disciples at the beach. What spirit could do that? And not only did he cook for the disciples, but he also ate. And that's why I love the first chapter of John, where it says that that John and the disciples were able to touch him, speak to him, and hug him. And Jesus Christ was not a spirit; he was he resurrected an actual body. So again, these are things that him and I never really spoke about, but he knows that I'm different, that I'm not like everyone else, and I hope that my testimony will be enough to open up his heart to the things of the Lord. Amen. So God bless everyone. Talk to you guys soon.